Well, we can't avoid getting older, but does our skin have to give our age away? As part of our summer health series, Dr. Bill Johnson of Innovations Med Spa is here to begin a two-part series on how to avoid and even reverse skin aging. Good morning, Dr. Bill.
Good morning.
I love the idea of reversing skin aging as well.
When we look at someone to judge their age, the skin is really where we're getting that impression. So it really is important, if we're going to avoid aging and appearing to age, that we affect the skin. Really, there are three general types of changes that are happening as our skin age. We see changes in color, which are pigment and vascular. We see the big one is collagen loss and collagen stretching, and we're going to talk about that. And then the third that you haven't heard as much about is the changes in where our fat is distributed, and that makes a difference in how we age too.
Well, let's break all of this apart. Let's start first with the changes in color. How does that happen to our skin?
Well, the big thing is sun damage, okay? And the sun is really our main offender, and we see two really kinds of changes. We see pigment changes like this, which is an age spot. It's just a flat pigment spot that's caused from sun damage and aging. We also see these that are raised and can have a rough surface. Those are called seborrheic keratoses, and we can take care of those too. And then we see vascular changes like spider veins, or we call them telangiectasias. And then when you have a whole bunch, you can see what's called rosacea, which will give you a general red
kind of
appearance.
A red, rosy appearance.
Right. And then we have other changes like melasma, which is associated with hormonal changes, and you see it much more in women than in men. And then some of us just have some pigment modeling and irregularities as we age that aren't a direct sunspot or other problem.
Probably get more defined as we age.
We get a lot more loss of tone. Our tone becomes much less consistent. It looks old.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the toning, because the collagen too really, or the lack of collagen, really does affect our aging process in our skin. Yeah,
collagen's the big offender, and losing collagen and the stretching of collagen is the most important part of skin aging. Up until about a decade ago, we had nothing we could do about it. Now, this is an example of what we call an active wrinkle, which is a wrinkle when we're using our facial muscles. And then when we are passive and our face is still, we have those wrinkles that are still there, and those are called passive wrinkles. So whenever we're talking about wrinkles, we need to affect both, because collagen loss is part of the problem in both of these. Also, we have general skin sagging, just the face falling, as we see some here. It's loss of collagen and stretching of the collagen that's left that's causing that.
Well, yeah, and another thing that you mentioned that I thought was really interesting, we have another example of the skin sagging, you talked about fat distribution and how that can also affect your aging process.
Fat distribution is kind of the unsung problem with skin aging. We tend to lose fat under our eyes and on our cheeks and in our lips, and we gain fat in our jowls and in our neck. So we have this appearance of falling down to gravity. And being able to address that is really important and becoming more and more part of what you're seeing in anti-aging procedures.
And I know we're going to have an opportunity to talk more about the different types of procedures that you're offering tomorrow, but it's not just the face that's affected, it's also the entire body as well.
These same changes affect our arms, legs, bodies. So we get the age spots on our arms and legs, we get the crepey skin and thinning skin that we see on like this pair of hands. We also have the same problem with we lose fat in our upper body and gain fat in our lower body.
So even somebody who's slender like this can still have the love handles. Well, I'm anxious for you to come back and talk about the different technologies that'll help us address all of these things tomorrow, and I appreciate you being here today.
Okay.
So tomorrow, Dr. Johnson is back to tell us about the cutting-edge technologies that help reverse the effects of aging. But also, don't forget, for more information, you can log on to innovationsmedspa.com, or you can call 972-331-8844 for a consultation. And if you have a question for Dr. Bill Johnson, drop him an email at questions@innovationsmedspa.com. And don't forget, tune in each Tuesday during Good Morning Texas and Sundays at 11:30 a.m. for our GMT Summer Health Series. Now, we're going to be providing you important health information all throughout the summer leading up to the WFAA Health and Fitness Expo at the Dallas Convention Center. That's happening on August 8th and 9th. Now, for more information on that, you can log on to WFAA.com/GMT, and we will be right back.